makes it a little bit hard to play against a team like Koi, who is really willing to play any and everything, really, depending on what they're feeling on the day and who they're up against as well. But there's no point in speculating, is there, Tom? There's a map awaiting us, and the only real way to figure out who is going to come out on top here is to see how they do in the server.
Yeah, and we did just see Koi take this to overtime. Well, failing to get any actual rounds in the overtime versus Apex, but they took it there nonetheless. So they are warmed up. They are ready and rearing to go. So let's dive into this. Bait versus Koi. And let's see who's going to rise above. As I say that, the pause is ended. And we should be starting momentarily. Maybe another restart there. We'll wait and see. Things never go as smoothly as I want, but obviously, if we quickly have a look at Bait, recognizable names for me is obviously NPL, and that's about it for them on my side. I mean, some of them obviously have been around, but when it comes to actually playing on some, you know, larger names, NPL's the most experienced one.
True. Now, looking at these, the maps that they played, we'll just look at Anubis specifically, because it's all well and good talk about all of the maps. Let's just look at this one. So, Bait, of course, picking this map. And Mobstar Koi starting on the T side, as is sort of common at the moment. Very T side leaning map. Not very, but a little bit. As a treat. Bates have played this quite a lot recently. They played it versus Alliance and won, versus Passion UA and won. They actually have played it the past 3 series running up to this as well. They played against Letcrow's team, Johnny Speeds, to actually qualify for this event. In Open Qualifying number 2, it's how they got here. They played it in ECL versus Paravision with good results. Unfortunately, losing to Virtus Pro, as we said. On the side of Koi, they have banned this map quite a lot. They played it versus the Chosen Few in Open Qualifier number 1, losing 9-13. That actually eliminated them from that qualifier. And then they played it again in qualifier... No, not in qualifier number 2. They floated it against Fnatic at the RMRs. And they played it versus Apex series just gone, losing 12-16. So not good results from them, but they have played it. They've shown that they're willing to play it. But this one definitely favors Bait on paper.
Okay.
But again, only on paper. You know, in theory, is a whole different beast.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see which team's going to be able to jump ahead. Interestingly, it is just straight up armor. There's not a single piece of utility outside of decoys in this, and that's being thrown down mid. It's going to be facing up against them, and it's going to be a barrage of players who slam down the guns, get the kill. Now over towards A, there you go. Cynthiel going to be here, ready and waiting for a couple of shots. And unfortunately, as soon as he shows his head, he's dead. Captain this game, going to be able to find out Moped as he peeks on in, but the bomb does go down. 4v3 advantage on the side of Koi. Not standing a chance there. David up and towards the 7th position, looking to take some shots, but it's going to be just in deep on the site, taking multiple players with him, and now Owner, last one left alive, could save the armor, or we could try to go for a 1v3, and he starts it off nicely, he takes down 2 players, peeking on in, now left in a 1v1 situation, knows where the last player is at, but he's going to have to go in for the charge. No kit around on the server whatsoever. He does get the final kill. That's going to be 3 kills, you know, extra money in the bank, but still unable to clutch it out.
That is one of the most sort of devastating rounds here, as well as when you can see, you know, they've done so much to try bring this back, and then just by virtue of the timer at the end, unable to sort of cross the finish line. But they made it expensive, they showed face, and it's a good start. There won't be a buy coming out here from Bates, I don't think. Yes, there's no money really here to do anything. So it should be a pretty quiet round here from Mobstar Koi.
Yeah, it's just a deagle. Side of Owner, which makes sense. He had the cash to splash. Might have been better to keep it, but at the same time, if you can do some damage to the opposition, it's good, but hopefully it's not just wasted. It does look like we're going to be seeing the players head on over towards A. And it should be a fairly clean round for them. Although I say that, you know, getting out of the bomb site might be another thing, especially with the bigger explosion range.
Yeah, the bomb sites and the bomb radius on this map are a little bit funky as well.
Oh, bad molly from Mopoz there. Embarrassing. It's even funnier because there's just no one there.
There's no one there.
I appreciate the usage of the molly, but, you know.
They're doing their due diligence, but it's, you know, 600 quid down the drain. And it stopped them getting onto site, albeit not going to cause any issues. As you said, there's nobody home. The bait players all stacked over on that B-bomb site. And not even going to go for this. There's no point. There's nothing really to save. Just going to huddle together.
Yeah, and I mean, ideally for Adams and Go here, they want to try and get the kills on these players, and that is going to be owner dropped. More farming some of this extra cash is exactly what this gun is about. Runs out of bullets, but 2 kills. That's pretty good, solid. You just need to make sure that that gun is not recovered, and there we go. Solid round in the end. Losing Adams kind of sucks, but it doesn't matter because he got those 2 kills. Means he's going to be good into this round.
Indeed, indeed. And, you know, they can't really complain to that. It's just an anti-eco, going through the motions, really. There's not so much that we can really analyze or psychoanalyze with this one, is there?
No, not complex.
This is the first round where things actually start to get interesting, and they have the utility, they've got the weaponry out as well. So this is the first round that we can really point at and say, this is where we need to see bait showing good signs of life.
Early nades. Owner going to be in a bit of trouble. Tank down to 32 HP. Was able to do some counter damage there, but this is still dangerous grounds for him. Counter smoke's going to be coming through. mopoz already going to be taking over connector here. Playing around in the smoke. Spraying out into nothing.
That's a very difficult one. The smoke there just means that pushing that is not a great idea. But look at that. In the meantime, kills light up the feed, and bait starting to drop 3 versus 5. This bomb not quite been planted yet either. They have a chance to stop it going down. Still very far removed from the situation here, and actually 2 players ready to defend this site. They are going to have to send someone over to go collect it at some point, though.
Oh, trying to go in for the spray through the smoke works against them. NPL going to be on site. He gets dropped like a sack of potatoes. And now it's Captain Lawson left alive in Palace. And he gets the first kill. Looking to go for more, but going to get shot through the smoke. David picking up his 2nd kill there through the smoke on that round. Absolutely beautiful. And only losing that 1 player.
This is a brilliant start from mopoz. Of course, this is the favoured side, so we do want to see them sort of have a bit of a spring in their step as they get onto this, because, of course, moving on to the CT side is a little more difficult. It's one of the few maps that people still actively pick T-side over starting CT. But yes, just pistols to go up against here. Bait going to have a bit of a rough start to the half here, as is often the case when you lose the pistol, and, of course, first gun round off the back of those is definitely not a helpful start to the series, but it's very early days. I say that, look at that Adam, and the nades coming through, so much damage, and just running onto site, taking them down, and that is B all to themselves.
Yeah, we do have Captain looking to go in for the lurk, for the rotation here. Adam is going to be protecting his rear. Wrinkle trying his best, but unable to find a gap there. This bomb goes down, and Koi should have this one in the bag. It's now just going to be about trying to do some damage from the side of bait to try and curve the amount of money that's in the banks of Koi. But yeah, that was not going to be
Backfires a little bit.
Going up against 2 AKs.
Does an owner in just as much trouble there as well. Desperately tries to get away. I think was awarded a little bit of leeway there, and some team damage, just because, why not? As a treat. Yeah, usually we're talking about, you know, accidental team damage, a miss nade, you know, HE's doing loads of team damage when you're trying to part the smoke to allow teammates through, maybe. But no, that was personal. That.
Shot him in the foot. It's like, give me my gun back. I think he wanted an AK.
As he
Either way,
should.
we move on.
As he should. Wrinkle has that all power. Actually, it's the Dodo on the other side as well. So it's going to be a little bit of a battle of the sniper rifles here.
I love it. Honestly, Anubis, after a couple of changes that came through, it was, especially after, like, how, I'm not going to lie, how bad the first version was a few years ago. When this came out, it was like, oh, wow, okay, this is interesting. It's different, but also similar to others. It's obviously a 3-laner. And honestly, it's been nice having this map in.
It's grown on me. When it first came out, a lot of the CS community compared it to, I'm going to say it, compared it to the V word Valorant. It felt like a Valorant map is the criticism I heard a lot when it came out. But actually, it's a map that I think has grown on a lot of people. I'm seeing it
Yeah.
played quite frequently now. I think it's very much taken up the mantle of where... I don't really want to say Inferno sort of was, or it's a map that people are just... They know, they're happy to play. Maybe not everybody's pick or cup of tea, but sort of everyone's got a bit of a scrapbook for this map.
I'd say that's probably overpass.
Oh!
I don't know, doing perfect, and more team damage coming out. Mopoz going to take his own teammate down, but Captain is going to be good for 2-for-1 and in towards mid. I don't know, doing a perfect job to deflect the initial player off that position, forcing him to go in for the rotation through that CT spot. Cynthia, what a beautiful name. Coming in here. A couple of bits of utility. Oh, spots player out in towards that mid position as well. That shot nearly legged him. That might have been him out for the count.
So
he is in trouble.
No matter where he goes for this, I think he's just going to try stick it. Unfortunately, forced off. Actually, tagged a little bit by the nade. Just going to try run and get out of there, but I don't think, no matter how fast he runs, he is safe here. 23 HP.
Oh, no, he's not going to find. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's Anubis, so the bomb range is slightly different compared to others.
Ah, true. But
see,
yes.
if this was ancient, he could have run all the way back to spawn. He'd be dead.
And he'd be dead. Yep. Though maybe we see that later on in the evening as well. Of course, ancient is going to be on the side map, as you can see in the right-hand corner there. Timeout being used here from Bait. I like this because this is where it starts to get a little scary for them. Because they've had a couple of gun rounds, they've had the opportunities, and they've just not really been able to find anything. The economy is massively building up. Like, look at Davy G, for instance. 11 grand just casually in the background. And they've not been having to rebuy, because as you've said, they've not even really been making most of these rounds expensive. Movistar have just sort of been getting away with a lot, and with a lot of people still alive at the end. Bomb plants on every round. So, Bait financially struggling a little bit. Movistar sat on fat stacks.
NPL's invested quite into this, to be honest. I would like to see him drop the pistol instead of buying it, but it doesn't really matter too much, I guess. See how it goes. See if these deagles can make a difference, because they've not really done much with their pistols so far on Bait. No, I think Koi... Yeah, they're playing the smart. Playing a little bit more defensively, a little bit more slow-paced. Which gives them a chance here, but Cynthia with the ADA versus the AWP is not going to win that fight. NPL recovers that gun, and he might just be able to hit a headshot, and he does. Makes it away with 20 HP as well. Around the corner, goes, gets the first initial headshot, stays alive now, and picks up a second. Owner. NPL, last two left alive.
Lovely little combo there from Adam and mopoz there. Playing together. They take sight. They have to get that bomb over as well. A little bit concerning considering that there are some CTs hot on Davy G's heels here.
He has heard these though. Connects the bullets, but he is going to be low in NPL. It's going to be holding his hand, waiting. Peeking on in though. Takes the kill on Adam S. That is a solid shot. The bomb unable to transfer on over. Just coming up from behind. They have to play this patiently. If they overextend, they're going to be doomed. There we go. Just sits on in. He doesn't quite realize the player's there, and that's going to be an expensive round, but a round it is, nonetheless.
That got a little bit scary for a second, as you said. You know, NPL very much had a little bit of an opportunity to work with there, but hiding, making sure they don't let him isolate these 1v1s. And, you know, they do forego a bomb plant there, but, I mean, the money, they don't really need it. They secure themselves the round. That's all they really need at this point. And very well played. NPL... Good to see him putting up a kill or two there. And trying to find something.
What is going on with his legs? That's really weird.
I'm still not used to seeing legs in CS. It doesn't feel right. Owner's just having a good old time.
Yeah. Nice timeout from Koi.
Having a little spin.
Timeout for Bait. I like to think that this is Koi just being toxic. Be like, hey guys, you need this.
Calling a timeout just to let them have some fun.
Oh, you guys look like you're tired. Here, have a break.
Have a break. And it's only map number 1 as well.
I love some good some VM. Although I doubt that is what it is. I am just joking in chat before you take my words as gospel.
I do know a couple of teams that, you know, if they have just had a round where there was a knife kill or a Zeus kill or somebody got an ace or something, that they will just use all of their timeouts and burn through them just to keep people waiting. Or if there was a round that a team fumbled. It's very toxic, but, you know, the ESEA season, there's some more people.
Oh.
Lovely opening pick there. Immediate
good counter.
trade.
Yeah, and the fact that they were so far out in water, that's going to be some good information for Koi. If they actually fully purchased onto this, this would have been another situation. NPL is going to get burnt alive, but it's going to be Davy G coming in with the kill, but the trades are back and forth. Wrinkle in this position, locking them down, but Davy G is fearless. Gets the initial push in, Nade follows it up, does half damage to Wrinkle, takes him down to 49 HP, and now they get the bomb down. They can now just sit in towards this side, but they have to wait while the flash comes through, but essentially doesn't realize mopoz is there. He collects 2 for the price of 0. He stays alive. As Wrinkle has to try and run away. They know where it's at. Should have an idea that he is slightly damaged as well. Do they go in for the hunt?
I think they are. You can see them sprinting towards spawn there. Who is it? David G. I think he wants this. He's definitely having a look. He's being careful. He's checking all his angles as he goes, but whether he gets it is another one. Wrinkle very much trained on this angle, and I don't think there's time for them to go him anywhere else. Might actually pick up an extra kill. Yeah. There we go. Nice little run from them. Beautifully played there, of course, when they spotted the AWP outside, of course, connector. Hiding in the canals a little bit with the follow-up HE grenade, then just backing off and letting the AWP hold it instead. Not going too aggressive, not going for an ego peek or anything. And playing off of each other really nicely in the post plant there, actually.
Yeah. And so Koi started out on T side last time versus Apex, and they got 6 rounds. And then obviously we saw Apex get 6 rounds on their CT side and T side, and they went into overtime. So it's interesting that Koi are already going to be leading the charge here for 7 rounds and charging on in. It's going to be a Senthiel. Look at the moat for them down, but it's going to be NPL with kill of his own. But the trades are so fast. Now we're left with 2 players.
Adams, the perfect position. Here's everything. And is not willing to let Wrinkle leave with the AWP this time, I don't think. They've let it live on one too many rounds. I think it's finally time they laid it to rest. But Wrinkle very much on the run here.
Yeah, at the same time, Koi have now lost 2 players. Keep in mind that, you know, Adams is on 2200, David G is on 3900. Yeah. Like, they've got more than enough money, but chasing down the AWP is on their situation. They know that they lost a couple players last time.
The fact that it's already 8 rounds for Mopoz Koi here is absolutely crazy. We've seen some landslide starts today, haven't we? One from really both sides of the teams that we were casting earlier. Mesoport and Ents. Both having very dominant maps of their own. And this is how it started. It started with a nice little round lead. Bait. It is their CT side on Anubis. Also, we do need to see more than this. Trying to be nice about it. Trying to sort of step on eggshells a little bit. But we do need to see at least 3 rounds if they want to try and make this competitive, I think.
Well, you know what?
That's the start.
This is the round, if any. They get the opener kill. They've got everyone still alive. Mostly undamaged. I mean, Captain, you know, he's slightly damaged. He's taken 27 points of damage. It's not the end of the world. It's now just about not overextending, not overgreeding, waiting for them to come to you, being ready to be reactive. Well, that's a contradiction within its statement, or... But, oh, Sado playing aggressive. Headshot as well. Getting the kill. They're clearing this out. Molotov. Unknowingly unnecessary, but it's good to use it. Make sure you clean out those angles.
Better safe than sorry.
Oh, definitely. Especially in that position.
Ooh, Adams here has such an opportunity. They do clear him, however. Oh, they've been caught out by these lurks a couple of times, but Davy G going down. Wrinkle also getting a kill here. It's just Stadato, and there's really nothing much that can be done here. Bomb in a recoverable position, but both of these bomb sites quite heavily defended. Might be able to switch to an AK, make a play, but it's not really...
He made noise. They know where he's at.
Yeah, that's
He's still
unfortunately kind
scoped
of
in.
it.
There you go. All right. It's difficult because like, if he switches out to an AK, he's kind of already deciding that he's going to go in for the clutch. Whereas I think he's like, well, there's just no time.
No time yet. At least not now. There isn't. But yeah, Bait get their first round on the board. They keep 4 alive as well, which is definitely the round that they needed to get. I want to say a comeback. Go in 8-0. I think you can now call it a bit of a comeback. This is where it starts. Is a round like that. Owner still doesn't have a great amount of money, so he's going to be dropped a weapon by a teammate. That is one of the benefits as well of keeping so many alive, is that your teammates can help out a little bit here and there. Time up being used from Koi.
Yeah, overall, really good round from Bait. We saw the early kill coming out from Captain. He backed off. He retreated, forced them to come into the aggressive sort of position. Stadato answered back with a kill, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. They couldn't find anything else, and they got slaughtered. And obviously, NPL getting that kill onto was it Davigi or Adam? I think it was Adam.
He was
lurking over towards A main, and getting that kill on him whilst he was lurking was just pretty much the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I think it was Adam. Yes. If he'd been able to get 1 there, even potentially 2, and sort of got the drop on them, whole different round there. But not how the cookie crumbled. They were very diligent as they moved on over and checked their angles. But immediate buyback here from Movistar Koi, which means Bait absolutely no room to breathe, no ecos. Ooh, what a pick.
He got punished for that aggressive peek. Mopoz is going to be in a dangerous position here as well. Already needed down to 53 HP. Just already on platform at the moment. They're going to be sandwiching this guy, but Owner, he takes the player on head on here. Nate comes through, tags the player down in towards that palace position. Is the player, but nonetheless, just tries to push too aggressive. The players are spread out and unfortunately not quite playing close enough as a team.
Not quite. Ooh, missed shot. Molotov to try force the fight here as well. Both of them standing and burning alive. Oh my god, 1 HP. Hobbling away from that. What happened there?
He fell back instead of pushing in after he chucked the molly into towards on site, but he got countered just automatically by Captain there, and Captain was able to smoke himself off immediately. That is well played.
Because he stood trying to take the fight, and as he tried to escape, it looked like he got stuck on something. It was just really slow.
Yeah,
but 1 HP.
Yeah. Thinking about, like, can he just carry on pushing? He was kind of sort of stuck in lurch, unable to fully dedicate himself to either side. But I think this is a smart decision. Back off. They weren't playing as a team on this front, so I think taking this moment here to just sort of talk to each other, be like, all right, we've got to save, but what went wrong there? Okay, so we had the push over towards B, we had just getting onto platform, but the connector player was just a massive issue. Owner was able to take the fight on both of the players. Wrinkle had rotated over with the AWP and was able to sort of cause a bit of a distraction, and just was in just a difficult situation to try and deal with anything there. And then over towards A, they just couldn't get the opener past that A main position.
I don't think there's anything I can add to that, to be honest with you. Very comprehensive. Money, however, starting to wear a little bit thin, even though Movistar had sort of 8-round win streak here, and off the back of a timeout as well. They're starting to find something. We said we wanted to see them maybe get 4 in this half.
Oh, okay.
Mopoz, maybe an accidental jump there?
Yeah, for some reason I had it in my head that the player on the bridge was not his teammate. Like, I kind of went brain dead.
That could have been really bad if it was one of the Bait players.
It's because I've seen it in that exact position before, when someone's jumped and given away their position and lost in the game. So I just kind of had PTSD. Adams, no, not like this. Oh! That is pretty lucky that he was able to get away in that spot there.
They are. Hopscotch is back into sight as well. Both of them have a little bit of a moment there. Peaks gets flashed. And then just jumps back into the smoke. Adam's so much to do here. The double peek coming through. It's going to be a tough one. Spots the shoulder at the first. Not able to take either of them, though. Captain going to get the opening kill and player advantage here.
They also have the bomb holder. So just pushing on over. Ascensio, you looked at a player. There we go. Gets the kill. Falling out over towards that main position. He's going to be peeking on in towards connector. Spot is going to get tagged a little bit, but he's got teammates to try and help him out here. But Devag is going to be the first one coming in towards this owner. Going to be looking to go in for the peek in towards that connector spot, but no. Ascensio waits for them to come to him. The shot's coming back and forth. NPL going to be joining in with 2 kills to clean it up. Very well played. Pick it up in an AK to boot.
Very, very nicely done there from Bait, making sure to fall back when they knew wasn't maybe the best situation. Not being too risky with this, playing together as well. Just that lovely hold on the site towards the end. And just a lot more cohesion than we've seen from Movistar in the past couple of rounds, actually. And feels a bit light switchy, doesn't it? The beginning of the game, it felt a little bit disjointed. Maybe it's starting to gel a little bit now as they settle into it. There's a sort of a joke that, you know, the first map of a best of 3 is just a warm-up game. So, but final round of the half coming out here. And unfortunately, maybe not the greatest buy. A little bit of utility missing from a couple of these Movistar Kui players as well.
Nate going to deter them. NPL was pushing up behind them. Good Molly going to be coming out as well. Adam unable to now push in towards connector. This means there's a delay. The utilities have already been used. Wrinkle takes the first kill. Ascenthiel onto the second one as well. Oda just absolutely holding on to that connector position solidly. And now it's the Dado. Last one left alive, but not for long because Oda takes him down and takes us to the break. All right, here we go. Bait versus Koi. We're going into the second half. 8-4, and Bait made a comeback at the end of that first half. Affinity, do you think they can continue it?
If they can get a nice pistol round at a bomb plant, I see absolutely no reason that we don't see the scoreline close up pretty nicely as well. Towards the end of that half, Bait seemed to come online a little bit here as well. We talked about it. Ascentio getting some nice picks. Captain and Owner as well. Some lovely openers. And honestly, the cohesion just started to come together. And look at that. We talked about Captain with the openers. A pick onto Adam to crack open this pistol round.
Yeah, funnily enough, Koi got baited into thinking it was a mid-push there. They had the players over towards A, and now it's a retake over towards that B site. No defuse kit whatsoever, but there is a smoke and a flash in play.
Oh, there's not a smoke anymore.
No, okay, that's round. I think that's just going to be them giving up. Maybe a couple of kills here or there, but after messing up that smoke, you've got to be tilted.
There's going to be a conversation about that as well. I am sure there's a couple of unhappy teammates. Ooh, mopoz, however, popping off a little bit, getting a couple of kills. All just consolation prizes, however. As we said, bomb plant and a pistol round victory for Bait, exactly what they need to try bring this map maybe back under control even more than they started to do towards the end of the first half.
Good start.
There's a Max 7. There's a Max 7. What is it with the shotguns today? I'm not. I love
It's in
shotguns,
general in CS2 at the moment. The shotguns are back in flavor.
I like it. This better be the Swag 7. That's all I'm saying.
I love that name so much. I used to use the Max 7 so much.
I bought the Swag 7 skin for it because I was like, I've got to, you know?
Oh, mopoz with the CZ. On B, I have so many questions, but fair enough.
I have faith. We've got to trust the process.
Alright, well, Swag 7 there. It's also going to be just MP9. He gets flashed absolute high heaven. He gets some damage in, but that's going to be it. The Mag 7 did, well, absolutely nothing, unfortunately. It's just laying there on the floor. A couple of pistols picked up here. Some util as well. But the CZ, Famous, going to be left to save. And I don't think Bait will go in for the kills here. I mean, maybe there's a chance. They've got some guns they can throw at it. But realistically, you would only want to throw your Mac 10s at this, and they're probably like, no, we're not going to be the sacrifices here.
I think, yeah, it's too early on. When you're a little bit further in, you've got a little bit more money behind you as well. Then you're a bit like, okay, go on, go kill. Have some fun. But, like, really early game as well, when the economy is still sort of trying to stabilize, I think it's a really poor idea sometimes. Talking of poor ideas, there we go. We say,
no, that's a rifle as well. That's an upgrade. That's a straight up upgrade. They are going to get pushed by a Max 10 player. Owner trying to clean up the mistake of his teammates, but he's going to be in a difficult position. David G holding the angle, gets the kill. They went for it anyway. You were just talking about trying to stabilize the economy early on, and they've completely crumbled on that.
They have indeed. They've still got the money for a decent enough buy, way more so than Movistar Koi, but they've just made it unnecessarily uncomfortable for themselves. They put themselves in a situation they didn't really need to be in there. And of course, as you said, trying to make up for the mistake, allowing them to take that AK. Of course, they had the FAMAS already, but I don't think it was worth another weapon, because they could probably guess that the buy around these two safe rifles isn't going to be amazing. It's just going to be CZs, so they've only got two sort of hero weapons to try and contend with. But nope, they throw some bodies at it. They take a little bit of a hit in the process themselves. Nothing too massive, though. And actually, that 6-8 gap starting to look a little bit scary for Movistar Koi.
It's interesting that they've decided to go for the AK hero rifle over towards B, but you know what? It's a fairly well done thing. Let's see how he does as they push on in. AK in hand, flashes galore. He's not flashed whatsoever. He goes in for the spray, but the fifth flash there finally gets him. They get the kill and then they recover the AK. And they're going to be sitting pretty there. The Famous on mopoz looking to try and charge on in, but Mac 10 going to be charging on back on here, but the CZ is able to get a kill. So that's at least something here. Coming back in, denying the kill onto mopoz.
The round is already lost here, but I think if they could do a little bit of damage, as you said, try make the little bit of investment that they had, go the extra mile would be really nice for them. they're probably a little bit worried because, of course, we talked about that 8-0 lead that they had, then 8-1, ending on 8-4, a little bit uncomfortable, and suddenly it's only a round difference. But, of course, T-side Anubis is an entirely different beast. It's a little bit nicer of a beast. Actually, no additional casualties going to be found in this half. 8 alive at the end of the round. Not something you get to see every day.
There's going to be another overtime on Anubis for Koi. I will laugh. But Bait are looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I had my doubts in their ability to be able to take on Koi on this one. Just because the map pool was really looking on the side of Koi. But, you know what?
They've impressed me. They've pleasantly surprised me here.
Oh, that early damage. Wrinkle's going to be kicking it.
Just got a lot to do and a lot of people to contend with here potentially. And Molotov going to do a lot of damage. I say by damage, I mean not to any of the players, just bend the plan a little bit. Ooh, NPL gonna eat that grenade, pushes forward regardless, but smoked off at every angle. Caught from behind by mopoz. And Essential, a little bit of a kill to try and keep the numbers even. Everything slows down again for a second.
There they go, launching on in. It's going to be a flash coming out, and Adam's going to be playing up close to first, watching up towards the platform. He gets the first kill, but he's going to drop right after that to Essential. But Mopez is going to be diving on in, takes the counter kill. The trade coming in at the perfect time, dropping the bomb on site, and Davigi from behind, laying down a log, getting the kill. And now Wrinkle, last one left alive. 3 flicks, hits the first shot. 5 HP, round the corner he goes, and well, that's where he falls.
That is the first round that Koi have managed to get in 7, is it? It must be 7 rounds so. That they've because it was 8-0, wasn't it? And then it was 8-1.
Oh,
so
seems like you may
first
have
round in a while from
out
what
there.
the start
I can't hear you. Oh, you're back.
Oh, hello?
Might have just been me.
I don't know, maybe it was me, who knows? The internet works in mysterious ways. But yeah, so I think it was the first round in 7 that they'd got.
Yeah, correct. Just looked. They got 8 rounds on their T side.
Yep. So that's a nice one for them to win here. They need to find a little bit more success off the back of this. If this is just one and done, I have a feeling Bait will close this gap. And this map will be a very tight affair. She said potentially overtime. If they can use this to try spring load the rest of the half, they had that nice little buffer. They've got the players sort of stepping up as well.
Got high expectations for Koi here. Let's see how they do. This might just be the comeback round that they needed to start like Avalanche.
They've been trying to get to double digits for a while. Maybe this is it.
It was a good round. Just really clean from them. Snappy plays on the back of each other's plays, and that's what we missed for the last 7 rounds. Well, it was the fact that they were just not playing as a team off the back of each other as cleanly as we may wish. And also, it's not even just on them. Bait were just playing very well and able to play fluidly, especially that first round on the pistol. They just had a fantastic sort of execution.
I couldn't agree more. And it was something that we saw Movistar Koi very good at the start of this. That's why they got the round lead that they did. Sort of fell apart, lost a little bit of momentum as Bait managed to start putting themselves together. Cynthia, lovely opening kill. That Molotov not really going to slow them down much.
Yeah, that's kind of where you want to chuck the molly down, chuck a flash to follow up, and then take the peak. An aggressive stance. Oh no. Owner just lurking in the middle of nowhere. Able to pick up a fairly easy kill for themselves.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do but save here. Their money's not in a place that they're willing to give over 2 rifles and an AWP. The money for Just and Davigi is going to be pretty abysmal. They are not going to be on anything spectacular weapon-wise. But, you know, 3 weapons of varying levels of destruction going into the next round can put something together. But we said we wanted to see them get more than one round in a row. We wanted to see momentum coming back from Movistar Koi. And Bait, it's not but a speed bump for them, really.
Yeah, this is going to be spicy to say none the least. I think they force into this. They've got enough money to do so. In some situations, I'd say you're better off just keeping the economy and buying into the next and having a bit of a weaker buy in this one. Across the two players and keep it sort of stable, but sitting on that 9th round, they want to try and keep that lead rather than letting it equalize.
Buying around the AWP as well. If they've got a saved AWP, you kind of want something to support it as well, because the state that their economy's in right now, it's not a luxury they're going to be able to have too much more in regulation.
Oh,
and saying that,
right away.
That one hurts a little bit if you're Movistar Koi.
No! Oh. The over-aggression with no supported utility is just questionable here.
It is. A lot of dry peaks and a lot of fights that they shouldn't really be going for.
Would you say they should have gone in for a moist peak instead?
Ooh, maybe. I would never word it like that. I don't like the word. I don't like the word.
A wet peak?
Please stop.
Oh, Adam. Oh no, he gets dropped and so no, it's just he picks up multiple kills, but not the third. I'll stop making you cringe and I'll allow you to carry on the end of this.
Please never call it a wet peak ever again. Oh, that's
well, I mean, it's the opposite of a dry peak, you know.
It's a peak supported by good utility. I don't know if I'm allowed to just make violent retching noises, but that was what's on the inside of my mouth. Moist peak. No, get out of here with that one.
No, you know what? It's like Cast movie. Sam's heard that a couple of times.
Oh God, are you paying for Sam's therapy?
Nah.
No, that's what Freddy's doing now. The two of them have been casting a little bit together as well.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling that you and Fred are in cohorts, and Sam's just gone from one awful name for a peak to another. But no.
Oh.
Nice round from Bait here, equalising on the scoreboard. There's been a lot of disrespecting smokes over the past half as well, from both sides really.
Yeah, it's Bait are just comfortable with swinging around and taking a lot of daring shots, and it's been working, to be honest. It almost got humbled in the middle there by Just, but able to hold it together.
Indeed, and a lot of money in the pockets of quite a few of these players as well. Economy is something that we talk so much about, but very, very important. And to see them Sultan so much means that Movistar Koi have a difficult rest of the half ahead of them. And with that opening kill going the way of Bait, it's about to get even harder. Just so much to do, and immediately taken down here. Anubis with nothing but a pistol, trying to defend the site. Good for one, but that's all he wrote. And Movistar Koi locked out of this bomb site and locked out the ground as well. Spam coming on through here. Wrinkle desperately trying to fire off these shots as well. The round already confirmed, but just wanted to pad the stats a little bit there as well.
Oh, very spicy play. Definitely enjoying that. There we go. Koi using their final timeout here on this map on the second half as they lose that round. And 10 rounds on the board for Bait, looking rather spicy here. Good, solid amount of money in the bank for them. They've got enough money for the rest of this game, pretty much. Unless they do terribly, they might end up running out of money, but I doubt it, with all things considered. And Koi, on the other hand, I mean, they can fully buy into this, and I think it's a question of, do they go in for the AWP, and they do. So I don't know. He had some good kills on the T side of the AWP, but I can't remember him being effective with it so far on the CT side, right?
He's not had too many opportunities to pull this weapon out as well, because of course they've only won one round, and their economy, you know, loss bonus is good, but it's not frequently getting the AWP good. So he's not had the opportunity. The times he has had it hasn't been anything, you know, stand out and stellar. Maybe we see that switch up now. We really need to see that sort of coming through here.
Here we go, pushing in towards the B side. Davigi gonna get dropped, but around the corner, Mopoz is here to try and save the day, and Owner just drops straight into the fire and out of the pit. And now Mopoz smoking, and once again, Wrinkle unable to find him. Mopoz just gonna wait, knows the player backed away. And off they go, back through A main, B main rather. They're trying to work out now how to recover from the situation. They had a good explosive move there, but unfortunately Mopoz was just off the back. That was 2 of those kills. Kurt trying to do his best, but they're going to have to go in for the boost spot. I don't know if they're going to be able to get enough kills in this single position.
No, those smokes really just ruining their day. They had sight, they lost it. And at this point, not really worth the rotate, because the moment they go for this, it is just going to be mopoz running on over and stopping anything happening. You can already see that Stadodo double checking that there's no funny business going on over at A. Can confirm nobody in sight. A lot of information here from mopoz. They do have the bomb on their back, and they do have 20 seconds, but unfortunately, I just don't think there's enough time to go for this. Nice pick, but that is going to be the call to activate here.
Oh, so close, but unable to take that shot. The bomb is going to be going down. There's only 8 seconds left on the clock as the bomb is touching the ground. But they've done it. They've got the bomb down. This could be 11th round coming in from CT. It's going to be Mopoz trying to get a Wrinkle, but oh, he actually wins the fight. Now, Captain. Last one left alive. Adam going to be peeking on in towards this A connector position. He's got the disadvantage, but he's on a little bit lower. He misses the kill. Both the players left on around the same HP, but they survive nonetheless. And they get the kills here, Affinity, and they're able to get 10th round, the equalizer on the board. But the money is in the bank for Bait, whereas the same cannot be said for Koi.
We talked about sort of these team play, sort of looking a little bit better for Bait now as well. It's mopoz with individual stepping up here, because team play is good, but each of those kills was 1v1s where they were just quicker on the trigger, quicker at finding the head as well. And it was all well and good because the team play got them to that point, but we do need the individuals to be stepping up. And it's moments like that that we see mopoz just have this incredible mechanical level that I don't think can be denied. A little bit of a lack of cohesion elsewhere sometimes. But as you said, equalizing round. Another timeout being called out. I think that is all 6 of the timeouts available to these teams has now been expended.
I like that. It sometimes annoys me when I see just all 6 free, which I have seen every so often, even at like the higher level of plays. You know, they're free breaks. Take them. Although sometimes, you know what, if you're not feeling it, go for it. But I think that's rarely the case. Either way, we move on. Bates. 10-10 at the moment on this map. Is there a map pick here? Next up is going to be Nuke. Wait, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not going crazy.
Nope, you're not going crazy. I was crazy.
No, not doing that. Although I have heard some good memes on it. Either way, it's MPL. Waiting for this. Owner's going to get naded. There's been a lot of utility damage in this game.
It has. It has indeed. Some of which being on their own teammates, although not very much. They've been pretty good. I think we've only had 1 team kill this map so far, and it was very early on in the game. But yes.
I love it. It's like, only one.
Only 1, you know, as a treat. It's the Dodo, perfect angle here. Missed shot, however, I think was just moving. Second missed shot as well. Desperately trying to fall back. Lines up. Finally gets the third. Third time is the charm. And essentially that Molotov going to force out Adam S. Ooh, just misses him behind the pillar.
Oh, but it was a distraction. MPL coming in from behind. He's going to slaughter player after player. Now looking for Stadodo, who's trying to hide over towards CT. And they're going to have to save these guns. They've got no money. They've got no savings.
No, they don't. And this close towards the end of regulation as well. That is a worrying and daunting sort of prospect for mopoz here. As you said, there's no money, which means this is an 11th round for Bait. They don't have very much to defend against this 12th round either. So suddenly, before you know it, map point. And they're just going to take down. I never really know what to say in these moments as well. Just watching everything slowly fall apart a little bit here for Movistar Goy. Lots of damage done from the bomb there. But no casualties taken.
Yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate because, I mean, Koi had this in the bag. I say no. They didn't have it in the bag, but they had a solid lead. I mean, 8-round lead. To then obviously lose 4 rounds, go into the second half, and then lose 7 rounds in a row.
They've got to be kicking themselves.
It's gonna be it's unfortunate on that front. They had a strong comeback, but see that last round, there's a lot of missed opportunities.
Big one for Bait to win though, because of course Nuke coming up next, a map that Movistar Goy is a particular liking for. Dare I say, particular affinity for.
Hey.
Got to get it in there sometime.
All right, playing a little bit more aggressive angle here. It's going to be started out. I think he might have seen a pixel there of Owner. So they actually had a bit of an idea. There was an early nade that we just saw go down in towards that B connector. A little bit premature.
PC and Owner pixel.
Owner pixel. I missed that.
Awful pun time. It started, thus it has begun.
I appreciate a good pun when I catch them.
Walked right into that one. Just as they are about to walk right into mopoz here.
He was their kryptonite last time they tried this. Let's see if they can fix it this time round. NPL is going to have a good idea where it's at, but it's going to be mopoz taking a bit of damage. NPL does manage to find one. Mopoz going to be on 2 lower HP as he gets tagged through the monument into the head, and now it's going to be a 3v3. Adam's going to be able to find 1 kill, but it's not going to be quite good enough. They have to find more here. Standard with the AWP. Flashes on in. Just coming in from Palace. Unfortunate positioning for them as it's going to be defended fairly efficiently by NPL. And this may well just be the round called because he's going to have to wait for that fire to burn out. So we may be seeing, yeah.
Shot off into the ocean just to get some of that anger out as well. But yes, that is map point here for Bates. Of course, their map pick, only map number 1. So there's still plenty more to come. In fact, Movistar, there's still a chance for them to take this to overtime. It's only 2 rounds, but they haven't been able to piece together 2 rounds this entire half, which is a little bit of a worrying prospect. And they don't really have all of the money that they want to get all of the utility that they need to try to defend this. It's okay. Lacking a couple of pieces on a couple of these players. Not awful. But certainly not ideal.
There we go. Extra utility thrown on over towards the site for the players at NPL. Going to be charging down mid. We can barely see anything, but he can see enough to find the kill onto Anubis. NPL going to be lurking. Dropping that nade down, looking to take the fight. Just should have the advantage here, but he misses the chance to get the kill. He gets the headshot, but not the kill. Mopoz falls. This is looking like the ending. Sadado, Daviji, last 2 left alive, and there's still so much utility on the opposite side. I just don't see this happening. Wrinkle on the other side of the smoke. Daviji goes down. 1v4. Sadado gets burned alive. They know where he's at. They've got his number. They now have to try and dial it in.
They are throwing nade after nade at this. 1 HP. And it's the final nade that does it. 3 nades in a row to finally take him down. What a way to end the map. And what a start from Bait there. You know, 8-1 down. 8-0 down even, sorry. And to come back and win the map in regulation. You did say overtime, only 2 rounds.